Hi, this is Esther and
Vince.
we are here and we're going to tell you a little bit about our journey, a little bit about our story. And we are calling ourselves SIP warriors. Now, you may not know what SIP means, but as soon as we tell you, you're going to be like, oh, we know what SIP means. Shelter in place. That's right. Many of us right now, the world is really going through some stuff as we are battling the invisible enemy, as they call it, and coronavirus. And so we're having to shelter in place in order to get safety, to accomplish safety. So, as the government would say and suggest to us, it is important for us to go into our homes and stay safe. We also, for about how many years,
A little over 7 years now.
have been sheltering in place in a supernatural way. So, we think we're a little bit on the subject matter expert side of things, and we want to bring to you a gift. We want to share with you today some of the testimonies, some of the trials and the triumphs that we have been through because Abba Father had us shelter in place for about 7 years. He called us out from the marketplace, the world, society, and He had us come into our home and basically wait for Him to move us forward in the things that He would have for us to do. Now, we can't give you all the details now. You're going to have to wait for the book, which might come in another couple years or so. But the piece that we want to share with you today is very relevant for what you and I and Vince are going through, and that is sheltering in place. So we want to take some of the strategies, tips, and yeah, that's it. Tips and strategies that we have learned either the hard way or the easy way during our sheltering in place journey. So we'll be right back with more.
Why should young people care about the spread of coronavirus? Well, we know that people with underlying medical conditions over the age of 60 are at highest risk, but they've got to get it from somebody.
So we're asking everyone to be selfless for others so that we can protect those who are most susceptible.
Not going to bars, not going to restaurants. It all just means physical separation so that you have a space between you and others.
For more information on how you can social distance, please go to coronavirus.gov.
All right, so we're back and we are so excited. We're just having fun. We're so excited to share with you some of these strategies, some of these tips of how to really champion through and to be victorious in this whole shelter in place journey because we're all on it together. We just happen to have 7 years prior experience that we want to share with you. So without further ado, we're just going to get started. We have a little bit of something for everybody. We have something for your spirit, something for your soul, and something for your body. We have right now at least 35 tips and strategies to share with you. And we're just going to break them down, give you a little bit of background, give you a little bit of testimony, and see how far we get. And the next episode, you get some more. And the next episode, you get some more until you get all 35 of them. We might even just do 7, one for each of those years that we journeyed through, and put 5 tips in each one of them. Maybe that's what we'll do. So without further ado, here's the first one, and it's in no particular order, but it is an important one. You want to see this sheltering in place journey, this experience, this time, this season in your life as an opportunity to tune your ears to the Father. You want to see the sheltering in place journey or opportunity experience this season as an opportunity to tune your ears to the Father. So, Vincent, you want to tell them a little bit about you tuning your ears to the Father during our 7-year period?
Okay. Well, first of all, I need to go back prior to the 7 years. Okay. Have to go back just over 10 years now when I first met Esther. And at the time, I had other options. And I asked the Lord and I said, Lord, what do you want me to do with her? And He said, pursue her. And I said, okay, why her instead of any of the other women that I could have dated? He said, because if you want a normal life, this is exactly what the Lord said. If you want a normal life, keep doing what you're doing. If you want the life I have for you, you're going to need her. Now, I had the Lord warn me about a previous relationship several years before, and I didn't listen. And to say the least, that turned into a life-altering disaster with multiple year consequences. And I'll just leave it at that. So this time when he gave me a option, because he didn't tell me, he didn't give me a directive, he said, if you want the life I have for you, you're going to need her. I could have rejected that. I was like, no, I made that mistake once, not going to make it twice. So stopped all other options. I've never been on another date since the day I met Esther. And so we went through a growth period. A lot of it was good, and some of it was quite challenging for both of us. But we both knew what the Lord had told her about me and what the Lord had told me about her. And this is where this type of situation will really test if you heard correctly about your significant other, because being forced to spend time with them and only them at home, you can't go out to a club, you can't go out, shopping, vacation, you can't even go to the mall. Okay, you can't go to work. So
we're talking about tuning our ears to the Father.
Exactly. So it's during this time where the Father will show both of you areas of improvement for yourself and for your relationship. And he will show you areas of joy, things that maybe you've taken for granted or forgot about, that now this close time together will allow you to restart those things, to really examine those things, and enjoy those things. So use this time wisely, because your relationship can really grow and be much better for it when this shelter in place period is over.
And for me, as far as tuning the ear to the Father, when I first met Vince, one of the first things he said to me was, you know what? Father said, or God said, and I'm like kind of like a dog. You know how a dog, when it tries to comprehend something, it's like, and like does a little head tilt thing, like I'm trying to understand. And so I'm on the phone talking to him, and he's like, yeah, and God said such and such and such and such. And I'm like, I want that. And so our whole relationship has been really built off of the fact that he already had a two-way dialogue, conversation, relationship with the Father. I didn't. So that's back in like 2010. But moving forward into when we're sheltering in place, now it's strengthening itself. My communication, needless to say, you guys know, I started talking to the Father started talking back to me, and we've had full conversations. I get novelette downloads, I just get the whole nine now. It's awesome. But during this journey of sheltering in place, it was a lot of time for reflection. It was a lot of time to just get quiet in myself. It was a lot of time to seek the Father's heart, to seek his face, to seek time with him, and to really hear what he had to say about a lot of different matters in my life, whether it was our relationship, it was a relationship with other people, my mom, my sister, different friends. And we're going to talk about that as we go through the list. But there was just an opportunity to really just learn and to grow, and to, why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at me like that? To learn and to grow of what the Father had to say. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. It is an opportunity to tune your ears to the Father. And if you want to learn more about that, of course, you can hit me up in my inbox, and message me, and I can definitely walk you through what my experience was, and share some things that he also went through too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.